Hello everyone and welcome to Binging with Babbit, I mean Modern Cooking. Today we're going to be making Korean fried chicken, which is probably my all-time favourite food. According to my extensive research through the deep archives of Wikipedia, this dish first came about in the 1950s during the Korean War. The American soldiers showed the Koreans how to fry chicken, and they put their own take on it and Korean fried chicken was born. We're just starting off simply by just deskinning some thighs and drumsticks. You can do the thighs by just pulling the skin off, and for the drumsticks, cut around the bottom, then pull the skin off the top, so it looks like a lollipop. You can buy boneless or skinless thighs, but bone-in tends to come out much better for most forms of fried chicken. The next thing to do is to make the marinade. The first ingredient is garlic. I'm using 4 cloves for the 14 pieces that I have, but you can change this amount based on the amount of chicken you have, but I would never go below 2. To mince the garlic, just chop the ends off, crush them, take off the skin, and then just run your knife over them until it makes the paste smoother than my voiceover, which I know, you don't have to tell me, is astonishingly good. The next thing is ginger. Yeah, I see you there with your ginger powder. Just don't do it, bro. You don't need to. Cut off a thumb-sized piece of ginger, cut it into strips, then cut it into squares, then mince it. You can combine it with the garlic, but there isn't actually any point, and I have no idea why my dad actually bothered to do this, but there you go. Right, now it's time for the marinade. The reason that we need a marinade is because unlike American fried chicken, Korean fried chicken doesn't have any seasoning in the breading, so we need to make sure the chicken is well seasoned beforehand. So I'm putting in the ginger and the garlic, then a heaped teaspoon of salt, a heaped teaspoon of pepper, about 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, and around 5 tablespoons of sake. So after that, just mix it with your hands. You can use a spoon, but don't be a wimp, just do it. It's good, it makes it nicer. Now just put in a bit of cling film to protect it from Russian spies, and then go ahead and put it in the fridge, just to keep it cool. Now because me and my dad are idiots, we somehow managed to take a photo of this bit instead of a video, so running back over it, you've got 4 tablespoons of gochujang, or Korean pepper paste, you've got half a bottle of ketchup, about 2 tablespoons of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. I know what I said about ginger powder, believe me, I have repented to the seasoning gods. It is good! The sauce is good! So when your body has actually finally recovered from trying the life-changing sauce, it's time to put a breading on the chicken. So this is just corn flour, no seasoning or anything like that. And you want to put it in, and ideally you'd use your hands so you can pack it in tightly, because otherwise the chicken might fall off the breading. Yeah, that's definitely how it works. The breading could fall off the chicken. Right, fryer, 165 degrees Celsius, or 330 degrees Fahrenheit, and if you don't have a deep fat fryer, you can always just use a frying pan, or you can use a wok, and you can just shallow fry it with a little bit of oil. It's time to bring your sauce to the next level while the chicken is frying. Simply put it in a pan, bring it to the boil, and it just gets so much better. After 5 minutes, it's time to flip the chicken. It could be longer, it depends on the pieces you have. So this isn't that important with the deep fat fryer, but if you're using a wok or shallow frying it, this is a much more important step. Optional step at this point is to put in sesame seeds. They don't really do anything to the flavour, but what they do is add a little bit of extra crunch to the chicken. Before you do anything about taking your chicken out of the fryer, make sure you've drained it. That is imperative, otherwise it will be soggy and it will not be that nice. Okay, last bit is put in the sauce. So you need to scrape it off the bowl, or more. There seems to be a lot stuck in the pan. Alright. Still going. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, so after 7 years, when you've actually got all the sauce out of the pan, just toss it in the bowl. Be a little bit careful with this because sometimes the breading can come off, which is why it's really important to pack it in at the beginning when you do your breading. And then that is it, it's done. Here is a random picture of Korean fried chicken on the internet because, as previously displayed by our taking a photo instead of a video, me and my dad are geniuses and forgot to take a picture of the chicken. So in the unlikely event that you did enjoy this video, please do consider subscribing and we will see you in the next episode.